I'm going to keep this really short and really simple so it has the best chance of making an impact. Pointing out that a child that is being used as the face of famine in Gaza is not starved, but a victim of a genetic disorder and a muscular disease does not mean that you don't care deeply about children in Gaza. In fact, the fact that you are committed to the truth means you care more, because no child in Gaza can be helped if people are lying about why they are suffering and how they are suffering. Again, children are suffering in Gaza, absolutely. It is a war zone. It would be horrific there. And the whole point of pointing out who is to blame is not so that people can wash their hands of it and walk away. No one is saying Israel is not to blame, therefore let's leave it as is. There's no denial, there's no justification for it. It is horrific, and we should all fight it every single day. But if you are blaming the wrong person, you will never help them. If you are excusing the terrorists who are responsible for their suffering, you will never help these children. The war will never end as long as the West continues to perpetuate this false narrative fed to them by Hamas, by the Iranian regime, by Qatar, by terrorists. I've said it a million times. Israel is not perfect. The Israeli army is not perfect. The government is not perfect. Their operations have not been perfect. Of course not. No army ever is. No organization ever is. No country ever is. But the war they are fighting is just. What would you do? You tell me right now, if Israel lays down arms, walks out of Gaza. The day the last ceasefire was brokered by the US, the head of Hamas went on national television and said, "We will carry out another October 7, the first chance we get." Hamas still have capability to kill, and they have shown that they are willing and able to do so in mass numbers. There are also still hostages in Gaza, Israeli hostages, innocent people. So if Israel walks away now, their hostages rot, die, never to be seen again, and Hamas, still with killing capability, rearms, rebuilds itself, and carries out another October 7, as they said, at the first available opportunity. What country could ever do that? They don't have a right to exist and protect their people. They have a duty to. Now, they have brought more aid into Gaza than any other country in the history of war. 2 years' worth for 2 million people. You want to know why it's sitting there in trucks? They've brought it in. You want to know why the UN is not handing it out? Because in Gaza, the UN is Hamas. Remember the images of UNRWA employees, UN employees taking part in October 7? They don't want to hand out aid. They want the world to think that Israel is evil and is withholding aid. It works in their favour. Look at what's happening in the world at the moment. They are winning. They are sitting there going, God, even we could not have envisaged our campaign to be this effective. I mean, we're terrorists. We're bloodthirsty, slaughtering terrorists. Even we could not have predicted the West would have lapped this up as much. Even they would be shocked. Apportioning blame to the right people for the suffering of these children is the only way they will ever be helped. Whilst Hamas has power in Gaza, not only is Israel under threat, but more so their own people. They kill their own people. They hurt their own people. They weaponize their suffering because look how bloody effective it is. So again, care deeply about every child in Gaza. Share images globally, front page of people suffering in Gaza. Don't lie about why they are suffering or who is to blame, because you're then part of the problem. You are prolonging this war. Again, Hamas will not commit to a ceasefire. Why would they? Why would they want the war to end? Look at what's happening around the world. Look at how effective their propaganda has been. Whilst the world excuses them and blames the wrong person, children will continue to suffer. So again, I say, if you care deeply about children, and I do, I fight for these kids every day. If you are sharing terrorist propaganda and you are blaming the wrong person, you will never help them. They will suffer forever. You've got to wake up to it, or you are part of the problem here.